In today's episode of Truly Bedrock, we're going to be building up some ultra-compact sugarcane and bamboo farms that are going to provide us way more resources than we need. We're also going to be upgrading and customizing the mob switch around the base. We're also going to be vandalizing the server and going on a wild adventure in the ancient city, so we have a lot of stuff to do. Let's get into it. So the reason that we need to build up a bunch of bamboo farms and some sugarcane farm is because I have absolutely no supply of wood on the server. I've been stealing bamboo from Smurf at the spawn town because, well, to be honest, he has like 100 double chests full of bamboo, so he'll literally never notice. But that's beside the point. I need my own bamboo farm, that way other people can steal from it, and the circle of life will just continue. So bamboo is incredibly useful because of bamboo wood. You can craft 9 of them into a block of bamboo. That'll give you a few bits of bamboo planks, and then we can turn these into bamboo slabs, and those are really useful for a furnace fuel. So we're going to be supplying the gold farm auto smeltery that burns down all the swords into golden nuggets with the bamboo slabs. So we don't need to worry about ever manually filling this thing up with coal or lava or blaze rods or whatever. And as you can see, it is really worth smelting down the swords. We've gotten quite a bit of gold out of this thing. And especially because it's going to be fully automated, like what's the point in not supplying it with some fuel? But not only that, we're also going to have an auto crafting bay somewhere in this base, probably downwards. And that's going to make it so that we can auto craft a bunch of chests and pistons and torches and other things that require a ton of wood, but we can just use bamboo for all that. Technically, the best bamboo farm to build is a large flying machine based system, but that takes up like 3 entire chunks, almost 4 chunks, and we don't have the surface area in the base for that monstrosity. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up this nice little tower design that I built a while ago. This is a really compact design. It's about as compact as you can possibly get it. There's no hoppers in the entire build. All the redstone is incredibly simple, and it also works for the sugarcane as well. Now, they did break something where, the walls actually connected to the heads of pistons now. So previously, you could use walls or fences or glass panes in there, and it was completely lossless, but they changed it, so now we have to use fence gates, which are a little bit more annoying because they're directional, but whatever, we still have a near lossless design. So we're going to build up a giant tower of bamboo farms and also sugarcane farms, because who doesn't need sugarcane? I'm pretty sure this is a Minecraft sin. We're about to use cherry wood to make pistons. I feel like I heard millions of voices across the Minecraft community scream out in pain and then suddenly go quiet. Okay, so we are here to build up the bamboo farm, and this is where it's going to be going, just kind of diagonal of the iron farm. We're going to be... Why is there so many chickens? Anyway. Oh, did they spawn on this one piece of grass? Or these ones? Okay, we might have mobs spawning in this. Anyway, we're getting distracted. We're also going to be building up a sugarcane farm on the opposite side right over here as well at some point. But for right now, we just need all the bamboo that we can get. So that took like next to no time to build. I think less than 5 minutes. Absolutely fantastic. Now, you notice that it's only 3 layers tall. And that's because I don't really know how tall I want to build this. We're going to stack up the things on top of the iron farms at some point. So we could come back at any point and like expand this upwards. But I think we're going to cap it right there for now. And then we're going to go underground with it because I want like 20 layers of this thing. So we're just going to go down. Just all the way down. Gonna throw my pickaxe into the ground. And at the surface, we're kind of limited on how wide this can be as well, just because, we gotta like decorate and stuff around it. But going down below, we can actually extend it all the way out to the junk border. Okay, we have all of our layers built in now. I think it's 9 layers. It goes down a ways. We can expand it further downwards if we need to. And now it's just going to be a problem of figuring out all the redstone, because as you can see, we have the redstone of our light beam on the outside of the base, and then that kind of messes up the outside edge of this farm right here, and then we gotta like somehow tie in the top layers of the build as well, so it's gonna be a little bit janky. It's just gonna be a bit janky because I wanted to build the bottom layers wider than the top for some reason. So the redstone was super easy, just a bunch of torch towers going up, and you know what? It's actually fairly decent, and then you press the button, and bam, absolutely all of those get harvested. You get a ton of bamboo. Now we do need to go ahead and put fence gates down the middle of all this stuff to actually prevent loss, because bamboo is flying from one side and landing on the opposite side. And there's not really a good way to prevent that. Maybe if we like alternated what height these levels were at. So like the pistons were a block higher on this side and then on this side. Maybe you wouldn't need that, but We didn't do that because I didn't think about that until right now. But we need a bunch of bamboo to make the fence gates to make the bamboo farm better. Yeah, oh man, there's so much loss in here. Yeah, unacceptable losses. So we decided to use all of our bamboo to craft a bunch of sticks so we can make a whole bunch of these fence gates. And then I realized, why would we spend all of our bamboo to make sticks when we can just go to the stick farm and get a bunch of sticks from the stick farm? And now we have all the sticks that we'll ever need to make a bunch of these fence gates. So now's time for the most difficult part of this build, which shouldn't be that difficult. It's just installing all the rows of fences. And I think this might be really annoying to place these in because I'm like stuck down here, you know? And then we gotta like jump and pillar up, and I don't know how bad it might be. It might be easier to install all the, yeah, see, look at this. Look at this nonsense. Might be easier to install all of these when you're actually building the farm originally. So all the fences are installed. It wasn't that bad, but we're having like basically no loss in the farm now. We also went ahead and set up all the water streams, got those set up. Actually, everything is running perfectly fine, and it seems like we're getting maybe half a stack to a stack of bamboo every time I harvest, which is pretty good because it's harvesting like every 30 to 40 seconds, which seems like kind of a lot of bamboo, but I mean, this thing, they just grow up really quickly. We'll wire in a proper on-off switch for this at some point in the future, but for right now, it's perfectly fine, and we're sending all the items up to the surface, and then they just pile up right there. Yeah, look at that bamboo. Jeez, that's actually a fair amount. What? Okay, this thing produces too much. The outside of the farm obviously looks hideous, unless you really like techno builds with a bunch of gray concrete, and if you don't, well then this might be the wrong base for you, sorry to say. But from this side, it looks a little bit more interesting, actually, with the torches. I actually kind of like it a little bit better from this side, not gonna lie. We're gonna need to build up a shell around this at some point, but I'm not worried about that right now. It is producing a bunch of items, though, so that's great. So the bamboo farm has been absolutely cranking out the bamboo for a couple of hours now. It's overflowed this chest multiple times, and it honestly, it crafts down really, really compactly. It takes 9 of these things to make a single block bamboo. So we're gonna set up an auto crafter for that at some point, and you can see it's just piling in here. Now, what if I told you that I secretly built a second one of these, but for sugarcane? Yeah, that's right. We got another 9 layers of a sugarcane farm over here. This thing is basically completely done as well. I just haven't set up a hopper clock or some item collection to it, but that's easy peasy. So these 2 farms are going to be running passively in the background, basically 24/7 whenever we are in the base area, just constantly giving us a large supply of sugarcane for rockets, auto-crafting rockets, maybe even a pumpkin pie farm, and this one is going to be supplying us with a ton of bamboo wood for auto-crafting pistons and chests and torches, but also supplying all of our furnace arrays with slabs for automatic fuel. That way we never need to worry about fuel or coal or anything like that ever again. So yeah, we're basically going to have an auto-crafter auto-craft the bamboo down into blocks of bamboo, and then we're going to have it auto-craft those into bamboo planks, and then we're going to have it auto-craft it again and down into bamboo slabs. It's going to be like 3 layers deep of auto-craft. It's kind of silly, but it's a lot of auto-crafting just for us to have a really good fuel supply. So we obviously have a lot more farms than we need to build up in the area. We're basically going to fill out the entire outer edge of the base first and then work our way inwards, and then we will set up the tracers for all of these different farms, because remember, each one of these little things right here is going to run out to one farm somewhere out in the base, and we're going to install those last, so that way they don't have to go like underneath a farm. We don't have to move them around or anything crazy like that. So right now it just kind of looks like a spider web of nonsense down at the middle of the base, but in a while all of those will be connected to something. So in the last episode we went ahead and built up this huge map art in the end dimension, and it's a very important thing that everyone should know about. However, if you know about it, don't tell nobody. You don't want to ruin the surprise like that and be a big meanie. So we're gonna go commit vandalism real quick. Basically, my plan is to put these all over the server and get the other Truly Bedrock members to scan them, and then their audience will see it and they'll scan it, and so far over 6,000 people have scanned this. So we found basically all the places that I can put this QR code. And I still have 17 more, so if someone wrongs me on the server, I can just absolutely spam some of these things around and they'll never know. Okay, so guys, we might be in a little bit of trouble. It turns out that Groova wants this thing to be spawn-proofed, so we gotta go spawn-proof it. And we're just gonna put carpet over top of it. As you can see, Groova already started putting down carpet on top of it. Nobody told me that it had to have carpet on it or be spawn-proof. Okay, so this is Groova's Simtic wolf farm that he threw together for the map arts out here, obviously. Now, I've pressed this button right here to shear that sheep like maybe 500 times, so this might just be too much wool when we go out there. Basically what this is doing is it's spamming a bunch of dispensers and shearing a sheep that is currently in unloaded chunks, so that sheep doesn't update it. Oh my god, that is so much lag! Okay, well, I guess we got some wool, guys! Yeah, so I might have pressed that button a lot. Uh, okay, I didn't expect that, but bro, I made a wool singularity. I did not bring enough shulker boxes for this. Oh, jeez, I've never messed with one of these wool farms before. Please bear with me. Okay, eat your wool again. Eat your grass. Yeah! Okay, I've waited like a solid 10 minutes already and the last 15 minutes for that guy to eat grass and regrow. So obviously this is a pretty good wool farm right here. Cheese! Cheese! Okay, so yeah, you can just re-dye that sheep every time that you want to get different kinds of wool. Okay, we're gonna have to leave before all this despawns. Oh god, there's too much out here. There's too much! Now you might even wonder why we bothered to carpet this whole thing and spawn-proof it when the maps are locked. In theory, we should have been able to just like remove this entire map. Since the map is locked, it shouldn't update. But that's not how locked maps work. As you can see, this one is locked, and even if I go ahead and place down some blocks in this area and pull out the map again, as you can see, it's going to update. And all of the other maps that are copied from this one will also update as well. So that's just like either completely broken or I have a complete misunderstanding of how locked maps work. And also, this entire thing is spawn-proof now, so there's that. Also, if you want to see some video or tutorial on this Simtic wool farm or one like it, then let me know, because it's honestly insane and I've never messed with it, but it's been on Bedrock Edition for years, and it doesn't seem like they're ever going to fix it, so I may as well make a video on it. But I want you guys to tell me if you want one. So you know how in the last episode we went and bought a bunch of wool to like actually decorate around the base area, and then we decided to build a wool farm, and then I just discovered the wool singularity? Yeah, well, it turns out that we're actually out of diamonds due to that whole series of events, so we need to go get some from the mines. Guys, I have really bad news. On our mining session, we happened to mine not into a deep dark, but straight into an ancient city. Should we raid it? I mean, I do need more diamonds. These are not a bad place to get diamonds. Somehow, magically, we didn't pop up under a Skulk Shrieker. I wonder if this place has been raided, actually. You know what? It looks like it has. Yeah, look at that portal over there. Oh, there's a Shrieker right there. Yeah, if we popped up just a few blocks over, we kind of would have been cooked. I wonder how thoroughly they raided this place. Let's, this is our little pillar. We'll be safe. Yeah, let's take a little stroll around the ancient city. What's the worst that could possibly be down here? Surely they didn't abandon the city because of some grotesque, horrific monster. So I don't know who raided this, but, like, you gotta put blocks over your chest or something. Otherwise, how are you gonna know that you raided them? This might be my ancient city, because I remember a cart like this in the ancient city that we raided a while ago. Did I really build out a netherrack? I think we came here through the nether, so we might have. I was roasting my own raiding skills because I didn't put blocks above the chest. That's crazy. Okay, well, I guess we'll keep on going. Jeez, bro. That's so funny. What are the chances that we mine into a second ancient city? Like, what? Seriously, I'm just trying to get diamonds. This game is trying to get me killed. I already got 2 strikes on the Shriekers, so I should probably be a little bit more careful than I currently am. It doesn't look like this one's been raided. Oh, no! That means I have to raid it. Them's the rules. Walk into an ancient city that's not raided. You gotta raid it. Okay, we're prepared and ready to go for this ancient city. All you really need for this is like some shears, but I got myself a fancy hoe over here as well. And some torches, because I cannot see a single thing. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is absolutely fine. Oh, it's a giant lava lake right there. Oh, no! Oh, there's 2 of them! Everything is getting progressively more fine. More fineness is happening. Yeah, so the strategy right now is stay away from those big baddies over there, because there's 2 of them. And then the other secondary strategy is break out the rest of these things before you get a 3rd warden! No, this was just supposed to be a peaceful, relaxing mining trip, and then Minecraft decided that it was not happening. How many more Shriekers could there possibly be in this city? Hi, buddy, how you doing? I just got rid of your friend, but now you're here too. I can't see a single thing. It's really not a good idea to fly panically if you have blindness. It's just generally doesn't work out too well for a lot of people. They don't sell insurance for that kind of thing for a reason. 2 notch apples? Okay, that's not so bad. We've raided quite a bit of this ancient city right now. Man, this is a great staircase right here. It goes straight into some lava. Jeez. Okay, so I think, let's jump back to this part of the city. Yeah, see, there's still a couple chests back here. That's why it's a good idea to take out the Shriekers as well. Especially if you're just running around all crazy like, oh my god, we actually got a silence armor trim? What? What? That's impossible. That is actually impossible. No way that that just happened. Bro, what do we... I don't know. I can't leave anything behind. My inventory is too full of goodies. So I'll come back for that. But that's crazy. An actual silence armor trim? I haven't even found ward in this city. This city's been very dry. I mean, look at this. I only got 4 diamond hose out of this, guys. That is impossible. So this thing is a 1.2% chance of generating. I almost like skipped over this entire part of the city. And like I just like flew back over here. I was like, oh, there's a couple more chests back here. That's insane. I'm putting that straight into the ender chest. Oh, he angry. Oh, he angry. Oh, he angry. Bro was running. I was so far away from him. I was like 30 blocks away from him. He found me. He found me. So from our little 2-hour mining session, we got 3 and some stacks of diamonds. Really, really lucky in the mines. A lot of, you know, 8 sets of diamonds that we found. We got 4 notch apples over here, a bunch of diamond pants, a bunch of hose, a bunch of books, and we have the silence armor trim, which is just impossibly rare. I did not think I would ever get that this season. I guess we'll put silence trim on our entire set of armor now. So you might have noticed that the outside edge of the base has a couple of statues in it, and these are actually to celebrate some of our community members, long-time viewers of the channel that have been dedicated for years and years of watching our live streams, and they've saved up over 100,000 channel points to get themselves a statue built here on the server, and we actually have a couple more that we need to go build, so let's hop into it. I'm in the middle of building these statues, and Sloy just comes along and is like, nope, this one's mine. You know, I'm gonna let him cook. I'm gonna let bro cook. I'm gonna sneakily sneak these into his inventory. He'll never notice. He definitely noticed. Never mind. I'll just take those back. He won't notice if I throw them right there. While he's typing in chat. Haha, I got him. He has a full inventory. He's not gonna pick them up. Dang it! He's foiled my plans! Oh, I put a shulker in the mouth. That's actually really good. Oh, it looks like a little smile. No, he's killing himself. No, Sloy, don't do it. There's so much to live for. No, no. It was too beautiful for this world. Well, he's definitely dead. Well, I guess that was our funeral. R.I.P. I thought he was building himself, but he's griefing my base with Jack Black.
I am Steve.
He accidentally made Corrales. I moved one statue for half a second, and then suddenly we have a strong Mogus over here. Oh no! You can't put that on YouTube. Sloy is the real menace of the server. You know, I don't have anything to say about this. I think I'm just gonna back away slowly from that. I was very behind schedule in actually building all these up on the server, but I think they turned out mildly okay. You know, they're in the kind of small chibi style. You might have seen a Pigman statue of myself in the same style, so that's why I decided to go for. And it happens that we had 2 pigmen to build, so you know that kind of worked out. So on this podium we got Beast and Kula and Hani and Nick Chase as well, and you can see all their skins. I really tried. Some of these are not that easy to get down into 3-pixel format, okay? Listen, it's part of the charm. On the north side of the base, we have Leechum and Ash. I honestly like this one the most because it's a cute little teddy bear. It's like a panda guy. I don't know, but it's cute. And then Leechum didn't really have a Minecraft skin that they used, but we gave him Jack Black. You know, I feel like that's a good supplement. This is the Chaos corner over here because of the chest, not because of the statues. So over here we got Diagonal, which, you know, I really tried on. We also got Corvonic as well, one of the first ones to redeem the Ultra Omega Flex. We also got Kaz as well, and then Salt. And this was actually redeemed by Longhorn Gamer because they wanted to be nice and give one away, and that's why it's got a cowboy hat on it. And down the south end of the base, we got ourselves a Filthy and Stone Ostrich as well, and I really tried with all of these statues. Hopefully everyone enjoys these, and thank you to everyone who actually got one in the base. It took a lot of dedication and a lot of time to be able to redeem one of these, so really appreciate you guys' support on the channel. So we do have a slight problem with the base, and now that we've expanded it to this entire outer ring and this whole entire outer area over here, we actually still have mobs spawning all over this outer area. and then the zombies walk into the iron farms and they start trying to attack things. They can't actually do anything, but it's annoying and I don't want it, so we're gonna solve the problem. So right now we have a mob switch in the base, but it's inside the very center chunk, meaning that everything within like the standard border around the area is completely spawn proof, so we don't have any normal hostile mobs spawning on the surface in this area. It's great. So if you think of it like a normal mob switch, all the mobs are in one chunk right here, and that fills up the entire Sim 4 spawning area with the density checks and all that stuff. If you want to know more about mob switches, go watch the video that I made. That's a whole deep dive. Oh, that was some rubber banding. So instead of having our mob switch just in the very center chunk, we're actually going to make 4 mob switches in a giant X, a couple chunks off to the side, just like this. So they're much more spread out. And once we do that, we should no longer have any mob spawning in this entire massive area around the base. So we won't have any spawns, like even on these outer grassy edges. So these are all the pigmen from the original mob switch, and I thought that the service cap was 16 mobs, but it's actually 8. So we're actually going to move these guys and turn that into 2 different mob switches, and then we just need to get a bunch more pigmen down here. We've decided to build a tiny gold farm down here at the bottom of the base because this is going to be way easier than bringing them all the way down. And now we just need to use the
Flint and steel.
On the nether portal. So if we just like hold this down, every now and again, it's going to break the nether portal, right? I gotta time this just right. Just right. Just right. Okay, you know what? Hold up. That was a really bad idea. Hey, we got a pigman! Hi, how you doing, buddy? Hey, we got 2 pigmen. That's even better. Can you please get into the raft? Now we're cooking. Mob switch is finally complete. It just took like 45 minutes. Don't tell anyone, please. That was embarrassing. Yeah, we should no longer have any hostile mob spawning within this entire base area. Nowhere on the circle. And then a couple chunks going out here as well, even including into the river and stuff like that. Long term, it's not going to affect the mob farms of the base either, because those are all going to be cave spawns. So we've successfully mob-proofed this entire base without having to light up a single block. Yeah, not a single block has to be lit up, so that means that we can turn off this entire inside light ring right here. So we do have a little bit of a problem with the mob switch in the base. It is preventing all surface spawns in the area, which is perfect because, you know, there's nowhere in the base for cave mobs to spawn. It's all just surface, except that's wrong. There are actually mobs still spawning in the base, and they're spawning on the gold farm. So they happen to be spawning right here on the pieces of obsidian. So we need to light that up somehow. I've always wondered why I'm seeing mobs right here, and it's because they're cave spawns. They're spawning beneath the blocks. Now, we can't just, like, put some torches or something there, so I think we're going to install tracers down in the trenches. So I got the tracers installed, but I want to show you this better ray tracing bug. I actually really want a texture pack that's just kind of like this by default. So all of our glass blocks are actually glowing, and I think they're emitting light right now. Not all different types of glass are. Obviously, this texture is a little bit rough, but if we could have this be somewhat of a feature of the base, man, things would look so much more crazy around here. This is just kind of the standard ray tracing bug where, like, everything glows, so we got a bunch of different stuff out there glowing. Our water is glowing. We also have the shiny bug happening as well. Ray tracing is so broken. I don't know why I decided to build the entire base around ray tracing, but I don't, like, super regret it. I mean, sometimes it's cool, you know? I do think that I need a custom ray tracing pack to make this base really shine, though. We've had a few bugs here or there that just look incredible. Getting those into, like, an actual texture pack would be really cool. So, yeah, we basically just put the light tracers in every one of the trenches of the gold farm. So all 8 of the trenches now have light in them. Technically, the light just from this trench would actually spawn-proof this portal and the portal to the other side of it, because you only need light level 1 to spawn-proof nowadays. You can't really see it because, like, reflections, I guess, but we also have tracers down in there. So in theory, we should be having more purple light and stuff. I kind of thought we would see some purple glow at the base of the farms, but I guess not. So that's cool, I guess. Otherwise, the base does look fantastic with ray tracing as usual. When it does actually work, it does work pretty well. Guys, I put a hole through the farm. Oh, right. Okay, cool. So all of our item filters are indeed broken right now. That's great. Good to know. Right, so the reason why our item filters broke is because I forgot to put filler items into literally all 28 of our item filters down here. So they just, every single one of these hoppers is filled up with like 5 swords. And that broke all the item filters that we did have in place. So that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. No, wait, we did fill these in. We filled these in with Bacon Lords, Dwayne's, and Bob the Bricks. So one of these probably didn't have an item in it, and then it picked up a sword that maxed out the item signal strength, and that broke all the ones next to it, and then those ones broke, and then those ones broke, and then those ones broke, all the way down the line. So how many hoppers do we have down here now full of swords? Okay, not that many. Just like 56 hoppers full of swords. No, oh no, so many more than that. So I have no idea why this broke. In theory, this is like the simplest part of the entire system, but I'm guessing I just like missed one item in there. It got filled up with a sword, and the entire item system cascaded down into chaos and oblivion. And hopefully it doesn't happen again. We've ran the system a few times and it's been fine. So hopefully none of our Dwayne The Rock Johnsons fall out of the system. Oh, by the way, we need to expand the storage system, but that's for a future episode. Don't worry about it. I don't exactly know what this is besides a chicken jockey, but it's like a zombie jockey? So what's happening here? He's a natural spawn. Please care for our... Oh, they're twins! Oh my god, they're twinsies. This jockey is brought to you by a Ladrium, an Allium, and Jade? Jin, probably. Jin Fire. Careful, baby on board. Okay, so how do I get them down? And also, what do I do with them? And also, how do I... hold up. So I think what we're going to do is put down some water, and then that's going to hopefully stop them from, like, taking fall damage. These guys are definitely very, very angry boys. So if we break this out, they should be fine now. Cool. And now I need to take them over to our little zoo area. We have a pile of mobs in the corner of the base, and I guess these guys will be joining them. Now, if I recall correctly, don't the helmets slowly take damage when they're out in the sunshine? So I think we have to cover them up. I don't know if that's like old lore or if that was ever in the game, but it's something that's in my brain. Now, I've never seen it, but I think you might be able to actually stack up even more of these guys. So this is an actual jockey. This guy will ride basically any mob in the game. If we find another one and we kill the mob that's riding, it's gonna run to the nearest mob and try and ride it. So I wonder if we can get like a third one on there, a jockey, and then like how far can we go with it? I don't actually know. It might be limited to just the two. Maybe this guy isn't rideable, but I guess we're gonna have to try for science. What is happening over here? Like this trunk is just broken for no reason. Yeah, we're gonna have to build a zoo in the base somewhere. I don't know where, but we're gonna have to build a zoo. I really shouldn't be trying to build in this chunk right now because, I mean, look at this. Look at this garbage right here. Look at this! Nothing is working at all! How am I supposed to build an autocrafter? Jeez. You know what? It's fine. I don't need to be able to see the chunk that I'm building in to build an autocrafter. Oh, hi. This is full of water. Okay, maybe I need to be able to see what I'm doing. Turn on ray tracing. Does that fix it? No. Okay, incredibly janky autocrafter has been set up. Basically, you can just spam this thing with an observer clock because it doesn't matter. There's only one recipe that you can make out of bamboo, and that is the bamboo blocks. So, yeah, we're just absolutely spamming this thing right now. It's a very temporary setup. Don't worry, I'm not going to lag out the server with that. But for now, it's going to stop our chest from overflowing, and it's going to stop items from backing up. So, in theory, it should be less laggy. Let me know what farms you think we should build in the base next, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then drop a like, share it around, and subscribe.